This episode of Access to the Arts is being made possible through the support of First Bank Richmond, with 8 locations serving Wayne County. First Bank Richmond and you, doing great things together. And by Phillips Drugs. Phillips Drugs is your good neighbor pharmacy with free delivery and Pill Pack 2.0. Phillips Drugs with 3 locations, East Side, West Side, or downtown Richmond, and online at phillipsdrugs.com. Hi, I'm Eric Marsh. This month's Access to the Arts, we're going to travel around a little bit. From IU East to Earlham College to the Murray Theater. We'll find out about Whitewater Valley art exhibits. We'll find out about Goddard Auditorium and the Community Orchestra. So let's get started. Welcome to Access to the Arts. Welcome to this month's edition of Access to the Arts. I'm Eric Marsh. Glad you're able to join us. This is going to be an interesting show. We're going to travel around to a few different places, but we're starting in the Murray Theater with 3 young people that are involved in an upcoming production called The Outsiders. I have Luke Schweitzer, Lily Ballinger, and Dylan Dalby, who play Johnny, Cherry, and Derry. And yes, that's Cherry and Derry. I did do that right?
Yes.
Okay. This is actually a fundraiser for Stage 1. And introduce yourself so everybody knows who you are. Start with you.
I'm Luke Schweitzer. I play the part of Johnny.
I'm Dylan Dalby, and I play the part of Derry.
And I'm Lily Ballinger, and I play the part of Cherry.
You're holding on to the microphone, so we're going to go with you just a little bit. You said when we were talking kind of off camera that you were part of the play reading committee of this, and you've read the book because this is based on a book.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
So the book is written by S.E. Hinton. We read it around last summer when we were choosing our season for this year, and it was one that pretty much everyone on the committee just automatically was just drawn to because it's such a well-written show, and the story is so classic, and it's just a really good show. And I don't want to give away any spoilers, but Luke does a fantastic job.
Is the play true to the book?
It's incredibly close. The order of events that happen, the scenes are a little bit different than it is in the book and in the movie, also if you're familiar with the movie, but it's very, very close.
You are, I'm told, or I understand, maybe the veteran actor of this group. Is that true?
No, actually, Lily is more of the veteran than I am.
Wow, okay. But you've been in a number of productions, too.
I have, yes.
How many?
I've been in 11 productions here at Civic, and I've been an assistant director for 2 of those.
You've been assistant director for 2 of those.
Yes.
Nice. What drew you to Civic Theater, and what drew you to this production?
Well, I participated in my middle school drama group over at Northeastern, and my director was like, you need to go get involved. You need to get involved, you're doing good, just go out there and try an audition. So I did. It took a few shows, but I finally got here, and once I got here, I fell in love and haven't left since.
Okay. You, I understand, and maybe I'm wrong again, I've been known to do that, have the biggest part in the play, or at least of the 3 of these characters.
Yeah, these. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about, for you, the show, what this has been like, what working with these folks has been like, what being in the theater is for you.
Well, this show's really it's a pretty emotional show. So I've really had to dive deep within myself to figure my way out, I guess.
Okay.
And so the theater has really been a great place, kind of like a second home almost. I mean, the people here are great, and all the directors have really been awesome. And I mean, Dylan and Lily are really good people as well. And so it's just been a really great experience to get involved here at the theater.
You all have been working on this production for a while. About how long have the rehearsals been going on?
About a month and a half-ish.
Okay. And the production is actually going to be November 10th and 11th. It is a fundraiser for Stage 1. Are you at the point in production now where you just want to get it over with, you just want to get on stage and be done with it?
Well, sort of. We still have work to do, but it's getting there.
Okay. Are you thinking about doing any more productions this year, or we'll go down the line?
Yeah.
Because you've seen the lineup already.
Yeah. We have a show coming up in March, I want to say. I think it's March. It's called Into the Woods. It's a very, very famous musical, and it's a movie. It's really interesting, and I really would like to try out for it and get a part.
What about you? Any more for you this year?
No, sadly not. I'm a server, so I have to work my evenings and make my money, so sadly not. Maybe. If I had to choose one, I'd probably go out for the Young Frankenstein for the main stage.
Okay. And what about you?
Again, like Dylan, unfortunately, adulting is kind of the thing right now. So this was the one production that I allowed myself to do this season, but Stage 1 has a really, really good season for, I think it's 3rd grade and up is usually the age range, 2nd or 3rd grade, all the way through 12th grade. We have Robin Hood and Into the Woods still left this season, which are going to be amazing shows, so much fun. And Main Stage also has a really good lineup for the rest of the year.
Cool.
But,
thanks for your time today. I'll let
Absolutely.
you go back to doing your adulting. Lily, Luke, and Dylan, thanks for spending some time. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.
My name is Carrie Longley. I'm the chair of Fine and Performing Arts at Indiana University East. We're hosting right now the 40th annual Whitewater Valley Art Competition. 169 artists submitted pieces in September, and these pieces were juried by 3 jurors in the IU system, and 50 pieces were selected. These pieces are range in media from steel sculpture to ceramic to textile work, photographs, paintings, drawings, and they're all on display in the Tom Thomas Gallery across from the Den at IU East and in the Meyer Artway. In the past, the Whitewater Valley Art Competition was only open to artists that lived within a 150-mile radius to Richmond, Indiana. In the past 2 years, we've expanded that radius to be adjacent states to Indiana. The jurors sat in a dark auditorium and viewed images of the art pieces, which presents a challenge for the artists because the artists are then having to take really good documentation of their pieces. So it's especially challenging for 3D artists that have to document all sides of a sculpture. The jurors evaluate the originality of the artworks, the technical execution and craftsmanship, and how the piece relates to art history in general. The best of show piece is by Jennifer Murray, and it's a very highly detailed painting that almost looks like a collage piece made of cut paper from far away. And some folks might find it very nostalgic with the wallpaper pattern in the background and the apron pattern. This was a very engaging piece for the jurors because it was so highly detailed, and the amount of time and technical execution, originality of expression really inspired our jurors to choose this for Best of Show. I encourage everyone from the greater Richmond community to come out and view the exhibition. You'll have 50 original art pieces to view. Everything is for sale. So if you're an art collector, I encourage you to come out and see some art pieces that you might want to live with someday. But the 50 art pieces will for sure be engaging, inspiring, and really hold your attention for a while. I encourage you to come out to our campus at IU East. The gallery is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 p.m.
Welcome back to Access to the Arts. We're with Ray Onco, who is a founding member of the Richmond Community Orchestra. And tell us a little bit about your artistic director, Jay Connard. How long has he been working with you all, and what does he do?
Jay Connard, out of Eden, Ohio, has been our artistic director and conductor since the very beginning of the orchestra over 10 years ago. He, in addition to being our musical director and conductor, he also arranges and composes pieces for us. We're very, very lucky to have someone with that range of musical and compositional talents within access to our orchestra.
You all also have a relationship with a choral group over in Eaton, I believe, that will sometimes sing during your performances. Talk about how that came to be.
That's right. So in addition to being our musical director, Jay has also served and continues to serve as the artistic director, musical director for the Eaton area community chorus. And by the way, he also plays, I think, French horn in the Eaton area community band.
Okay.
So Jay has 3 nights a week devoted to community music, and by the way, he's also the director of his church's choir. So I think literally every weeknight he's got something going on.
He's a busy man. I think I've walked into Roscoe's and seen him with somebody, and I think he was maybe doing keyboards at that time.
He was.
Very talented individual.
He is.
He and you all are putting together a concert that's coming up Thanksgiving weekend. Sometimes a lot of people have family in, they're looking for something special to do, and the community orchestra always has a great show around that time. Tell us about this one.
So every year for the last, I think 8 years, we've had a concert scheduled for the Sunday following Thanksgiving as a way to kick off the holiday season. We present a concert that includes both sacred and secular music for the holiday season, and that's here at Goddard Auditorium at 3:30 the Sunday after Thanksgiving, this year, November 25th.
And there's no admission for these concerts, correct?
All concerts are in public performances by us are totally free.
Okay, so come out and enjoy the Richmond Community Orchestra as they're going to be playing in Goddard Auditorium on the Earlham College campus, November 25th. Thanks for spending some time.
Thank you for having us.
Okay, what I'm doing is a firing style called raku, which is it's an ancient Japanese family, and we've kind of westernized raku from what it used to be, turn of the century. But what I'm doing is I'm taking pottery. I'll actually take those pieces, bisque fire them, and then I do a second firing on them. And there's different techniques of raku you can do. The one that I just did was called naked raku, where I dip the piece in a slip. Slip being clay, it's a fire clay slip. I'll dip the piece, I'll put it in the kiln, and that slip will crack and make little fissures all over that slip. Then I'll take that piece out of the kiln at around 1300 degrees, put it in these cans right here, and you can see right now it's actually creating carbon. And the smoke is going in between those cracks that are in that clay, or in that slip, and then it goes directly to the body of that pot. So, and I'll pull them out here in just a little bit, and you'll be able to see exactly what it does. The carbon finds its way into the pot. As pottery is cooling, it's actually pulling in air. So if you put something in that air, like carbon, it actually goes into the pot and becomes part of that clay body. I've been doing this for about 30 years. I fell in love with it, and I had a great teacher in high school, and I actually made my first piece out of clay that I dug, and he showed me how to clean it, and I made a piece on the wheel, and I fell in love with it then and there. And after high school, I went into trade school, and later on in life, I just figured, you know, there's got to be more to just going to work, getting off work, coming home. I remembered my love for clay, and I started doing it again. I built my first wheel, built my first kiln, and it's just kind of blown up from there. So I've been doing it now for, like I say, 30 years. I've actually got a piece here in the collection at RAM. I do some shows when I do have pieces. I'm just now getting back into it again, and I teach here at RAM also. I'm one of the instructors. I do evening classes that consist of 6 weeks. We supply the clay, glazes, and I teach wheel work. So it's been really good. I really love RAM. RAM is really stepping up in the community and giving people something to do besides just going home like I used to do and sit down. You know, you can go in and learn how to throw pottery. I've had a lot of students that have really fallen in love with it. They're already buying kilns, buying wheels. So, you know, it's really good. I really enjoy the ceramic arts.
Welcome back to Access to the Arts. I'm Eric Marsh. We're in the Murray Theater. Your theater is different than this one, though. We're talking with John Cook, who's with Civic Hall Performing Arts Center. You've got a nice venue over there.
We do. This one is awesome that we're sitting in, though. It's really neat. I like it.
There are some great venues in this community for watching a lot of different performances, and you've got some musical performances that you do a lot of. Your Proudly Presenting series continues. The Quaby Sisters, we mentioned them in a previous show, but give us some information on that show real quickly.
That show is November 3rd. It's a Saturday, 7:30 p.m. We're excited to bring them in. They're an acoustic group. It's 3 sisters. They are fiddle champions, national fiddle champions, plus they sing. They do Americana music. It's amazing stuff, and their harmonies remind me of the Andrews Sisters.
All right.
So I think all of our fans, our Civic Hall faithful are going to like him a lot, so I'm excited for them to hear him.
The week after that, on a Friday night, you've got the Singing Hoosiers coming in, and they're actually going to be performing with the Richmond High School Choir. Is that correct?
They are. Singing Hoosiers are going to be here on November 9th at 7 p.m. with the Chamber Choir from Richmond High School. It's going to be exciting. The Singing Hoosiers are an amazing group. They do choreography as well as do choral works. There's like 85 in the group, plus there's a backup band. If you've never seen them, it's professional level. They're just all college students. A lot of them are from the Jacobs School of Music at IU. It's an incredible group, so you need to come see that as well. It's going to be great.
One of Richmond's favorite sons is coming home.
Yes.
An incredible percussionist, Jeff Hamilton, will be playing on the 16th. That's going to be a really great show.
It's a Friday as well at 7 p.m. We're excited about that. He's going to be playing with an Indiana University big band. It's all music students from the jazz studio or the jazz studies program at the Jacobs School of Music. They're going to do the first half with Jeff Hamilton and the trio, and then the second half will be just Jeff and his trio, or Jeff and his piano and bass player, which make the trio. There'll be the second half, but if you've never heard him, you need to come hear him. He's one of the best in the world, if not the best. He's played with some of the most incredible performers, Ella Fitzgerald. He's played with the Tommy Dorsey big band.
Some others,
he's the deal. And he graduated from Richmond in 1971, so we're excited to bring him back too.
Your proudly presenting series continues into December with Gentry. Tell us a little bit about them.
Gentry, the Gentleman Trio, that's what it's short for. They are categorized as cinematic pop. They're amazing. They're Broadway singers. They're a trio of tenors. They also have this incredible holiday show that they do, and we're bringing members of the Richmond Symphony, our own symphony players, to play along, and that's on December 8th at 7:30 p.m.
If people are looking for tickets for any of these shows, how do they find you?
You could look at our website, which is civichall.com, and then you can order online, or communicate with us through the website, or you can call us at 765-973-3350. That's the box office. Talk to Cindy, and you guys can pick out your seats. We've got tickets left for all these shows, but they're all incredible performances, and it's going to be jam-packed in November and December at Civic Hall.
One of the things you also want to do to remember when you go to the Civic Hall website is to check out their calendar of events. That'll give you some ideas to when some of the schools will be performing. One of the great things about the venue is that the students within Richmond Community Schools get to perform there. Charles, Star, obviously Richmond Choir is doing their annual concert there. So you want to find out when those are so you can come out and support the students performing in Richmond Community Schools. Thanks a lot for spending some time with us.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Hi, my name is Joe Lapone. I'm the Assistant Director of Events, and welcome to Earlham College. Just a few events that I'd like to highlight for the month of December. Starting off December 1st is our Symphony Orchestra concert located in Lingle Recital Hall in the Center for Visual and Performing Arts. And that is open to the public, so if you like symphony music, this is the event for you. Following Sunday, the December 2nd, we have our Gospel of Revelations concert. So it's high energy gospel music, so if that's up your alley, then come on to campus. And then our final event for the December, right before the holidays, on December 5th is our convocation featuring the Stories of Earlham. It's a student-driven event that talks about all the fun time that they had here at Earlham, and it's a culmination of a lot of their projects they have done over the past year. So we encourage you all to come out and have some fun as we end our academic year, but also kind of celebrate the holiday season.
Access to the Arts continues on WETV Channel 20, and we're talking with Lance Crow from the Richmond Art Museum. How you doing today?
Doing well.
Good.
You?
I'm doing fine, thank you. Busy time for you all, a lot going on. First of all, let's talk about, because we always talk about what there is for youth as far as getting involved with the arts. Fantascope, which is a film series that students can be involved in. That's actually going on right now, correct?
We have opened submissions for the Fantascope Film Festival. This is a film festival for high school students, 9th through 12th. Any school, homeschool, just have to be within that designation of grade level, and they can submit short films up to 15 minutes in length. And it's put in front of a panel of judges, and then we give out a big grand prize and some other prizes. So, but $1,000 cash prize is pretty nice,
That's nice,
especially for high school students. So, and this year we have changed our submission format. So, we're going to be using Film Freeway, which is all online submission format just for films, and so we'll see how that works. We're hoping that we generate some more submissions than in the past by using that. Hopefully it streamlines the process, but we'll see.
Okay. Talk to me about the Holiday Art Mart. That's something that's been going on for at least a decade, if not more. Really gives the artists a chance to get some of their works out there during the holiday season.
Yes. Well, so the whole idea behind the Holiday Art Mart was it's a miniature show, and we wanted to not only highlight the local and regional artists, but also encourage young and new collectors. So these are affordably priced smalls. It's also jewelry, sculpture, ceramics, glass, all different mediums are available to be seen and purchased in the Art Mart. And we've found that if that barrier is broken down, and people start to purchase original art, they can see the difference that it brings to their homes, and we've had a lot of transitions from people buying in the Art Mart to buying in the annual exhibition, and purchasing larger works and starting a collection of their own, which is really great.
People will get a chance to meet some of the artists. You've got an event, kind of a kickoff for this. Now, the Art Mart starts on November 8th, but your artist meet and greet, that's a little bit later, correct?
It is. It's Saturday. It's first Saturday of December 1st, from 1 to 4, and that's an opportunity for the public to come in, meet some of the artists who are participating in the Art Mart, and talk to them about their work, and a good opportunity for the artists to meet patrons and things like that. So it's a fun time.
At the same time, you all have your 120th exhibition going on.
Yep.
That's an incredible number.
It is. It's actually the oldest juried art contest in the state. So it's got a rich tradition, and we've expanded. So at first it was a large show. It was people submitted nationally to it because there was a $500 purchase award prize given by Daniel Reed.
Okay.
And so kind of that's the beginnings of it, and then it kind of became smaller and more local over the years, and now we've kind of increased the radius of submission to 125 miles from Richmond. Also, people who have lived in Richmond previously but have moved away can still submit if they want to that contest. Okay. And but yeah, it's a great way to see what is going on in the region, in the world of art. It's all contemporary work, meaning just new pieces. It can't be any more than 2 years old. So.
Okay. The Holiday Art Mart and the 120th exhibition running from when to when?
So the opening reception and award ceremony for the 120th is November 8th at 7 o'clock in McGuire Hall Memorial Auditorium. We'll give out a lot of cash prizes and the $2,500 Best of Show, and announce all the purchase awards that have taken place for people coming in and buying artwork. And that's the soft opening for the Holiday Art Mart. So those pieces will be available for viewing and purchase as well. And then both of those shows run until next year, January 12th.
Everybody's hanging out online. How can they find you all to get more information?
RichmondArtMuseum.org. That's the best place, or just give us a call or check social media. We're pretty active on there as well.
Lance Crow from the Richmond Art Museum, thanks for spending some time.
Absolutely. Thank you.
I want to thank all of our guests for being part of this month's Access to the Arts. Obviously, there's a lot going on in the area, so hopefully you get out and enjoy all that's going on. As we walk away from this month's show, I want to leave you with some ideas of some other things that are upcoming. Have yourself a good weekend. This episode of Access to the Arts has been made possible through the support of First Bank Richmond, with 8 locations serving Wayne County. First Bank Richmond and you, doing great things together. And by Phillips Drugs. Phillips Drugs is your good neighbor pharmacy with free delivery and Pill Pack 2.0. Phillips Drugs with 3 locations, East Side, West Side, or downtown Richmond, and online at phillipsdrugs.com.